Hello, everybody. Welcome to Monday. The S&P 500 was down a little bit over 0.8% today. Actually was up as much as 1% really early in the morning and then kind of held in there. But the news that seemed to drive it down the most was the fact that Apple announced that they're going to cut back on hiring starting in 2023. So this is some concerns about the job market issues that could lead to recession. Sometimes you have to wonder if, you don't get into recession because so many people are thinking about a recession. You get companies start looking at it and say, hey, we better be careful because there might be a recession coming. Now, they're not just doing this, because other people are saying it. If you look at what's going on with the leading indicators, I think a lot of companies are looking at this and saying, hey, the 2-year treasury is higher than the 10-year treasury and the 3-month treasury is pretty close. And the other leading economic indicators are, eroding. So maybe this is a time to be more cautious with our forward-looking outlook. Of course, that can be a self-perpetuating cycle where, we start to see some downturn because of that. So we'll see how that plays out. I think the other thing that factored in today was certainly the situation with the natural gas deliveries from Russia. They have decided to cut back on a couple of different companies, essentially citing a thing called force majeure, which is just essentially a contractual scenario where you can try to move out of that contract because of situations out of your control. Obviously, they look at this situation with the Russia-Ukraine sanctions and those things as being out of their control. So this is probably my biggest fear is what's going to happen with natural gas, coal, and oil coming out of Russia. Do they continue to start to pull back? The Nord 1 pipeline, which is a big pipeline, delivers natural gas to Europe, is down for maintenance. It was already scheduled. Supposed to reopen this week, but there's some fears as to whether it will reopen and such too. So, Europe has some reserves of natural gas, but if that doesn't reopen, that could cause some real problems. So these are things we'll be watching for here. It's kind of interesting to me. If we didn't have the situation in Russia, I think we're good. I think this market's doing well. Inflation is coming down. The Federal Reserve is, can be less hawkish. It really is that situation there that's causing a lot of the problems that we're reacting to at this point in time. We did see the price of oil jump up a fair amount today, just because Saudi Arabia said that they weren't going to, rush out with new oil. Essentially, they were going to go through the process that they go with OPEC plus and such too. So, different factors that are going on. A lot of it has to do with the same things, but nonetheless, I look forward to seeing what's going to happen tomorrow. Thank you very much.